on Sports Central tonight. Series level. Sri Lanka Under-17 defeats Bangladesh Under-17 by 9 wickets in their second and final three-day match at the Bashundra Sports Complex in Dhaka, ending the series in a level at 1-all. Giants win. A sensational innings by Pathum Nissanka paves the way for the Gulf Giants to record a victory at the International League T20 with a win against the MI Emirates after the Giants were able to chase 164 runs, losing just 4 wickets.
Didn't get the glove down in time. You can see it's a wide, so the Gulf Giants quite clinical in their first display this season.
Sunset finale. For the first time in 15 years, Formula One has 3 drivers in contention for the title at its season finale as Lando Norris, Max Verstappen and Oscar Piastri battle for the championship at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And arrives in Italy. The Olympic flame arrives in Rome for the preparation for a 2-month torch relay designed to stir excitement across Italy before the Winter Games in Milano and Cortina kicks off in February.
As always, Greece has done a wonderful job looking after the flame, but now it's...
From Studio 24C, this is Sports Central. And now, here's Vinut Varnasurya.
Hello and welcome to our final bulletin for this week on Other Derana Sports Central. Well, we have a number of updates flowing in from the world sports, and we begin today's updates coming from Bangladesh. Sri Lanka Under-17 defeated Bangladesh Under-17 by 9 wickets in their second and final 3-day match in the Bashundra Sports Complex in Dhaka yesterday, ending the series in a level at 1-all. Leg spinner Himaru Deshan was the pick of the Sri Lankan bowlers with 8 for 93 in Bangladesh's second innings.
Bangladesh Under-17, who were 107 for 6 at stumps on day 2, went on to make 278 runs for their second innings. The 7th wicket partnership between Junaid Hussain and Saurav Karmakar added 195 runs. It delayed Sri Lanka's victory. Hussain scored 78 runs while Karmakar went on to make a fighting 123. Karmakar's knock included 11 fours and 4 sixes, and it came off 257 balls. Himaru was picked of the Sri Lankan bowlers with 8 wickets for 93 runs. Bangladesh Under-17 made 122 runs in their first innings, and in reply the visitors made 335 for 7 declared. Sri Lanka, who needed to score 66 runs to win the game, reached the winning target losing just 1 wicket. Openers Rehan Peiris and Arosha Situmina provided a brisk start with a 43-run stand in 6 overs. Situmina scored a quick 24 off 23 balls. Skipper Rehan Peiris remained unbeaten on 22. With this result, the 2-match series ended at 1-all. The home team won the first 3-day match by 27 runs.
Sri Lanka Rugby has announced the postponement of all Week 4 fixtures of the A-Division Interclub Rugby League as the country continues to grapple with the severe impacts of Cyclone Storm Ditwa and its aftermath. The Sri Lanka Rugby Executive Committee stated that the decision, though difficult, was taken in the best interest of player safety and public well-being as well. According to the revised schedule, the Week 4 matches will now be played 1 week prior to the Super Round. Meanwhile, the Week 3 fixtures previously earmarked for the Christmas holiday period have been shifted to the 26th, 27th and 28th weeks to ensure the continuation of the league without compromising safety. Sri Lanka Rugby expressed its gratitude to fans, players, clubs, officials and all stakeholders for their understanding during this challenging time, reaffirming that safeguarding lives remains the top priority as the nation recovers from the storm's impact. Colombo Aces has officially introduced its team for the inaugural Ceylon Golf League 2025. Sri Lanka's first franchise-based golf tournament, Ceylon Golf League, teed off today at the Royal Colombo Golf Course. The Colombo Aces golf team was unveiled in Colombo recently with the participation of franchise partners and the stakeholders of the Ceylon Golf League. The Colombo Aces golf team will be led by one of the leading golf professionals in the country, Jehan Deseram. He serves as both the captain and the head coach of Colombo Aces. The Ceylon Golf League, which got underway at the RCGC today, will continue until Sunday. Across 3 days, the 8-city-based franchise will compete for honours in 3 formats. Meanwhile, the Ceylon Golf League is also planning to raise 10 million rupees to support Sri Lanka's disaster recovery efforts.
I fell in love with golf once I finished cricket. That was something that I've enjoyed with a different group of friends who I met on the golf course. And I know that Sri Lanka is quite talented, but it's just the platform hasn't been created. So the thought process of this league, while we create the franchise model and going further, is to create a platform for our junior golfers to shine and to showcase the talent we have and enable young generation, next generation, who probably want to play cricket to start with, but that they will understand golf is another sport that they could pick up and be part of it, because it's a skill-based sport, hand-eye coordination, which is not that far away from being good.
Let's head into a short commercial break. More sporting action coming right after this. Stay tuned. You're watching Sports Central right here on Other Derana News Channel. Welcome back to Sports Central right here on Other Derana News Channel. We are moving to Dubai, where the International League T20 is underway. A sensational innings by Sri Lankan opener Pathum Nissanka paved the way for the Gulf Giants to record a victory at the International League T20 with a win against the MI Emirates after the Giants were able to chase 164 runs, losing just 4 wickets.
Okay, let's play.
The Giants got off to an early start with giving Emirates their first dismissal for 2 runs when Nuwan Tushar sent back Mohammad Wasim caught and bowled. Then Tom Banton was dismissed by Asmatullah Omar Sai, and soon after Tushar struck back with another caught and ball, dismissing the opener Johnny Bairstow for 11 runs.
A little juggle, but brilliant. Pace off, slower ball. Bairstow through the shot. And outstanding work from Tushar.
Regular wickets kept on falling when Moeen Ali did his magic to send back Tajinder Singh, and the Emirates were on 57, losing 4 wickets. Then the Caribbean Blasters Nicholas Pooran and skipper Kieran Pollard got together and put up a 78-run partnership. Pooran scored 46, while skipper Pollard went on to score a half-century, which came off just 33 deliveries.
This one was shorter, but it's just been flat batted down the ground into the second tier. Goes full again and 6 more. He mishits them out of the park. Here's Kieran Pollard. 3 in a row. Yeah, looks to be a little clever. Couple of bounces and away for 4. And obviously had a little conversation about that very thing, I think, with Pollard between balls. That is massive. Second tier.
The MI Emirates gathered 164 runs at the end with 6 wickets falling.
Out of the middle, he says, what have you guys been doing, messing around out there? I'm going to face 1 ball and hit it for 6. Rashid Khan, welcome back. Great way to finish.
The start of the chase was no different for the Giants, as they quickly stumbled for 2 wickets with only 16 runs on board.
Up, straight up. Who wants it? Is that Banton? Tom Banton, I think it is, yeah. Safe hands. Another one for Wokes. Little under edge from Erasmus.
Then skipper Moeen Ali and opener Pathum Nissanka, who was still holding his wicket, amassed 47 runs for the 3rd wicket.
I think the ball might win that chase with Kieran Pollard. It does.
Bit short, a little bit wide, and that's nicely played. Got that away.
But unfortunately, Moeen Ali was run out and the Giants lost hope for a second. But standing tall since the start of the innings, opener Pathum Nissanka went on to score using his composed self and informed batting to pave the way towards victory.
Tugged. And goes all the way for 6, so...
Asmatullah Omar Sai gave much needed support from the other end, where he scored 39 off just 16 deliveries with 4 maximums and a boundary. Nissanka scored 81 runs off 42 deliveries with 6 fours and 4 sixers. Nissanka lost his wicket at the last minute, but the bigger portion of the chase was done by then, and less than 15 overs done, the Gulf Giants reached the winning mark and recorded their first win in this season.
Wicketkeeper didn't get the glove down in time. And that's the game. So anticlimactic, you can say. It's a wide, so the Gulf Giants quite clinical in their first display this season. They were solid with the ball and super efficient with the bat.
Moving to the Ashes 2025-2026 updates now. England's Joe Root conquered his final frontier with a first Ashes century in Australia as the Tories pushed past the 300 mark on day one of the second test in Brisbane, despite a 6-wicket haul from pace spearhead Mitchell Starc. But however, the home team showed their strength with some composed batting led by Jake Weatherald and Marnus Labuschagne from the top on the second day of the game.
Beautiful conditions here at Wollongabba. It's around 29 degrees. It's a wonderful cricket ground, real coliseum. We're all set to go here. It is the second test match. Day one at the Gabba, the second test.
Joe Root marched off for an unbeaten 135 off 202 balls after a late flogging of the pink ball under the Gabba floodlights, with England 325 for 9 after captain Ben Stokes won the toss and elected to bat first.
Century on Australian soil for Joe Root. A century that's been 12 years in the making. Relief for Joe. An innings that's had not only his team but his entire nation riding on it. His 40th in Test match cricket, and who knows, maybe the one that he will savour the most.
Number 11 batter Jofra Archer chipped in a handy 32 not out and unbroken 61-run partnership for the final wicket, but Zach Crowley struck off a pair of ducks for Perth to score a valuable 76.
Pumps it down the ground, 6! Oh, Jofra's putting on a show!
Crowley combined with Root in a 117-run partnership to rally England after Starc reduced them to 5 for 2 in a disastrous start, with opener Ben Duckett and Ollie Pope falling for ducks in the space of 4 balls. But their hopes of piling up a huge total was thwarted by brilliant Mitchell Starc, who surpassed Wasim Akram as the most prolific left-arm seamer in Test with 414 dismissals when he captured his third wicket, having Harry Brook caught in the slips for 31. Starc later rattled through the low order to finish with 6 for 71 of the day.
So reliable. Steve Smith, brilliant captaincy. Applause all round. He is such a warrior.
Flicked away. Carey going back. Marnus. Oh, the corner. What a catch.
Wow.
And doesn't he put his arm around him? Why wouldn't he? Alex Carey here has been outstanding tonight as he holds the ball up, and what a night it's been for him as well.
England were on 325, losing 9 wickets on stumps off day one.
First test century in Australia, 135 not out. Mitchell Starc with 6 wickets. England will be very happy with their day's work.
After day one, England batter Zach Crowley joined the reporters to share a few words on his innings of 76 and Joe Root's sensational century.
Yeah, we were chuffed for him. We were nervous for him for a long while before that, and I think he was less nervous than us. And he played brilliantly, and we were just talking about it for ages before he even got there. And then obviously when he got there, we were chuffed for him, and so was everyone on the ground. I think it was a great moment. Yeah, it felt great. Felt really calm actually this morning, and I was pleased that I could stay calm when I was batting and get a few runs. Obviously disappointed to get out when I did. The pitch felt like it was just getting better then as well. So felt like I left a few out there, but obviously Rooty played unbelievably, and we had a good day as a team. So yeah, I'm happy.
Starting day 2, England were all out for 334 runs.
Should be saved. Oh, remarkable! Marnus, you beauty! The athleticism, the anticipation, that's a classic.
Coming to bat their first innings, the home team got off to a great start with a 77-run opening partnership. The stand broke when Travis Head was dismissed for 33 runs. But despite the loss, Jake Weatherald, who is playing his second match in the baggy green, scored his maiden half-century. He was dismissed by Jofra Archer when he was on 77 runs off just 78 deliveries.
Jake Weatherald will enjoy that. Take a deep breath, race the bat. Well done.
Further carrying the starting momentum, the Australian longer format specialist Marnus Labuschagne also added another half-century to the list as he scored 65 runs. However, skipper Ben Stokes was able to send back Labuschagne, and Australia were on 196 for 3 at that point. But the Australian innings didn't stop there, as Steve Smith, Cameron Green and Alex Carey added some valuable runs to the Australian innings. Steve Smith added 61 runs while Cameron Green added 45. At stumps on day 2, Australia were 378, losing 6 wickets, and they had a lead of 44 runs. Alex Carey was not out on 46.
Glorious Carey. He's such an elegant player. Positive day for the home side. 6 for 378. They lead by 44 with 4 first innings wickets in hand.
For the first time in 15 years, Formula One has 3 drivers in contention for the title at its season finale, as Lando Norris, Max Verstappen and Oscar Piastri battle for the championship at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, which is set to commence on Sunday.
The Yas Marina circuit changed in 2021 to open up more overtaking opportunities with more sweeping corners to make it easier to follow around the 3.281-mile circuit. The two best spots to make a move remain at turn 6 and turn 9 at the end of the two back straights, with the final sector testing the downforce and balance of the car. Unsurprisingly, there will be no rain in Abu Dhabi, with temperatures reaching 28 degrees Celsius in the day and dropping to 23 degrees Celsius for the evening sessions, including qualifying on Saturday and the race on Sunday. It'll be the first time the final race has had more than two drivers still in the frame since a four-way battle in 2010 and could end a reign that started for Verstappen at the same circuit in 2021. Since the first World Championship season in 1950, the title has gone down to the wire on 31 occasions and been won by the driver leading into the last race on all but 9 times. Red Bull's Sebastian Vettel overturning a 15-point deficit to Ferrari's Fernando Alonso from third place overall in 2010 was the last driver to come from behind and seize the title in the final round. Norris is favourite in the three-way showdown, 12 points clear of Verstappen and needing only to finish on the podium at Yas Marina. However, wins on what could be a night of high drama. All have 7 wins each, all capable of adding to that tally and ready to deliver an edge-of-the-seat sunset finale. Max Verstappen showcased during the past races that he can change the cards at any point of the race, and he has multiple possibilities and ways the race can go in which he will be able to seal the 5th world title. If Verstappen wins the 5th title, he will be the first to win 5 world championships in a row after Michael Schumacher. Piastri, however, has less scenarios in comparison to the top 2 in which the title could go his way, but with the recent pace and performance put up in Qatar, he is much likely to be in form at Abu Dhabi. When asked by reporters whether Piastri will give up his position for Norris if he is out of the winning equation, Norris stated that he does not expect anything and surely he won't ask the team to do it for him, as everyone's here to race and it could go in any direction.
No, not been discussed, and honestly, I mean, I would love it, but I don't think I would ask it because I don't know. I don't know. It's up to Oscar if he would allow it, you know. I don't think it's necessarily down to me. It's the same if it's the other way around, you know. Would I be willing to or not? Personally, I think I would, just because I feel like I'm always like that, and that's just how I am. But it's not really up to me, and I'm not going to ask it. I don't want to ask it because I don't think it's necessarily a fair question.
Oscar, if you given that scenario any thought at all?
Rachel asked it to Lando. It's not something we've discussed. Yeah, I mean, until I know what's kind of expected, I don't really have an answer until I know what's expected of me.
The qualifying session will happen tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Sri Lankan time, and the most anticipated season-ending finale will begin on Sunday at 6:30 p.m. local time, with fans all over the world curious on how the 2025 season will mark its close.
Another short break now. More sporting highlights coming right after this. You're watching Sports Central right here on Other Derana News Channel. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Sports Central right here on Other Derana News Channel. We have some football updates lined up for you now. The FIFA World Cup trophy has arrived in Washington DC, touring some of the United States capital's most iconic sites ahead of the much anticipated final draw of the FIFA World Cup 2026 taking place today.
Football's ultimate prize was then showcased at the legendary John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts, where FIFA legend Rio Ferdinand and FIFA representatives welcomed media for an exclusive sneak peek of the draw hall. The former England captain shared his pride and excitement as he prepares to conduct the historic 48-team final draw alongside award-winning broadcaster Samantha Johnson. A stellar lineup of draw assistants Tom Brady, Wayne Gretzky, Aaron Judge and Shaquille O'Neal will join the proceedings in a remarkable crossover of global sporting greats. with special guest Eli Manning bringing the additional star power as the event's red carpet host. Today's draw will see an unprecedented 48 nations divvied up into 12 groups of 4, with American sporting icons Tom Brady, Shaquille O'Neal, Aaron Judge and Wayne Gretzky each assigned a pot to pull out the teams from. The event will also be hosted by comedian Kevin Hart, model Heidi Klum and actor Danny Ramirez, with live music performances from Andrea Bocelli, Robbie Williams and Nicole Scherzinger. Hosts Canada, Mexico and the US are in pot 1, which also includes the top 9 highest-ranked national teams in Spain, Argentina, France, England, Brazil, Portugal, Netherlands, Belgium and Germany. Pot 2 has Croatia, Morocco, Colombia, Uruguay, Switzerland, Japan, Senegal, Iran, South Korea, Ecuador, Austria and Australia. Pot 3 will include Norway, Panama, Egypt, Algeria, Scotland, Paraguay, Tunisia, Ivory Coast, Uzbekistan, Qatar, Saudi Arabia and South Africa. Pot 4 will be Jordan, Cape Verde, Ghana, Curacao, Haiti, New Zealand and the winners of the European Playoff A, B, C and D and the FIFA Playoff Tournament 1 and 2. Confederation constraints will apply, with no group having more than one team from the same region except UEFA, which has 16 representatives and can place up to 2 teams in a group. The tournament in the US, Mexico and Canada kicks off on the 11th of June, with a final on the 19th of July in New Jersey.
Meanwhile, Germany will host the 2029 Women's European Championship after UEFA President Alexander Seferin announced this at the governing body's executive committee, which took place recently. Denmark and Sweden had submitted a joint bid, while Poland was also a candidate. Italy and Portugal had withdrawn their bids before the vote, focusing on their preparations to co-host the Men's Euro 2032 and 2030 Men's World Cups respectively. Seferin added that all presentations were great, all the bids were great, but that's how it is. He also mentioned that only one win, and that's also in football the same, and he would say in life as well. Germany hosted the tournament in 2001 and as West Germany in 1989, both times winning on home soil. Before the executive committee meeting, a small group of activists unfurled a banner demanding UEFA ban Israel from European competition over the country's military operations in Gaza, also setting off pink flares. They were overseen by police and no incident was reported. The Olympic flame arrived in Rome yesterday in preparation for a 2-month torch relay designed to stir excitement across Italy before the Winter Games in Milan and Cortina in February.
The Italian Olympic tennis doubles champion Jasmine Paolini and Milano Cortina Games organizing chief Giovanni Malago carried the lantern down the steps of an ITA Airways flight from Athens. The Italian hosts had received the flame in a ceremony at Athens Panathinaikos Stadium earlier on Thursday. Milano Cortina Winter Games organizers received the Olympic flame on Thursday in a ceremony at Athens Panathinaikos Stadium as they prepare for a 63-day torch relay designed to spark excitement across Italy before the Olympics in February. The torch relay will start on Saturday from Rome's fascist-era Stadio dei Marmi. The 12,000-kilometer journey will take in all 20 Italian regions plus 110 provinces and pass through 60 Italian cities and 300 towns with a total of 10,001 torchbearers. The flame will visit famous landmarks including the Colosseum in Rome and the Grand Canal in Venice, with stops in southern cities such as Palermo and Naples to generate interest in areas where winter sports are not as prominent. It will be in Cortina d'Ampezzo on the 26th of January, exactly 70 years after the opening ceremony of the 1956 Games at the same venue, and the relay will finish on February 6th at the opening ceremony in Milan's San Siro Stadium. Italy, a winter sports powerhouse, last hosted the Winter Olympics in 2006 with the Turin Games.
As always, Greece has done a wonderful job looking after the flame, but now Italy is entrusted.
Meanwhile, Ralph Lauren will outfit the United States Olympic and Paralympic teams for the 10th time at next year's Winter Games, with the brands taking on the Italian aesthetic for the opening ceremony, which is a part of an overall multi-piece set for the athletes.
Evan Bates, a 3-time Olympian and defending ice dancing world champion with his wife Madison Chock, said that receiving the kit was perhaps the most exciting part of the Olympic experience and that pulling on the opening ceremony outfit always felt special. It was reported that US athletes would arrive for the opening ceremony at San Siro Stadium in Milan dressed in winter white wool coats with a Team USA engraved wooden toggles, and American flag turtleneck sweater and wool trousers. The brand was said to have begun its modern partnership with the US team at the 2008 Beijing Games, where it dressed the athletes in its signature preppy look, which the designers explained had been inspired by the 1920s and 30s. Reports noted that this debut led to a lucrative bond with the country's athletes and that the brand's shares surged in the week following the 2016 Rio opening ceremony. It was also reported that the collection would hit shelves on the 4th of December amid a recent surge in the brand's popularity as it gained traction with young shoppers and celebrities such as Taylor Swift, who had worn a Ralph Lauren dress for her engagement to NFL tight end Travis Kelce. Erin Jackson, the 500-meter Olympic speed skating champion at the 2022 Games, said that Ralph Lauren embodied a classic American style that complemented Team USA well. Jackson, who had also competed in the 2018 Olympics, estimated that she had received 3 duffel bags worth of gear at the Beijing Games. She added that the kit provided the first burst of American and Team USA pride, noting that many athletes joked that the apparel was the best part of being on the team.
And with that, we conclude our final bulletin for this week on Other Derana Sports Central. Well, we value your feedback, so don't forget to send it via email at feedback.adnsenglish@derana.lk or by WhatsApp at 076-8057-933. Sidney Adhikari is standing by next on World News Tonight. Stay safe during these adverse weather conditions and we'll see you again on Monday. Until then, have a great weekend.